Hey there, I'm Ned, and it's announcement time. So, like I said at the end of last episode, this is the second and final episode of this Sonic book, and because it ended up being so short, we're going to have a couple other special episodes that are going to come out during the rest of this month. Next week, we're going to have a special improv Q&A episode. It's been a while since we've had an improv-specific episode, so keep your ears open for that. And then after that, some special announcements about the immediate future and broad long-term future of the podcast as well. We've got some cool stuff coming up that we're very excited for you to hear about. But now, gotta recap fast. So, last time, we started off with Robotnik having an evil idea because he's an evil, insane, happy egg, and he made a ray that could turn bad stuff good and good stuff bad. And while he was doing that, Sonic and Tails were having a great time just waiting for him to show up to ruin their day. And that he did. He realized that Tails was too powerful in the last book, and everybody loved Tails too much, so they had to nerf Tails by turning him into the enemy this time and breaking both of his legs. So they tried to replace Tails with a snatcher, a grabber. I can't remember what the original name was, but now it's a catcher, and it's good, but it wants to be evil. So we promised that we were going to help it be evil after we defeated Robotnik. And fortunately, we know how to defeat Robotnik because he left us a hint about how to ruin his machine by collecting enough Chaos Emeralds and putting them in just the right place. And there's also special items hidden throughout each location, like the power sneakers that the book wouldn't just let us wear. Even though, like, there are sneakers, just let us wear the sneakers. Goodness. Anyway, we found one of the Chaos Emeralds, kind of unexpectedly. It just happened to be there, but that's good. We've got one of the Chaos Emeralds, and Catcher and Sonic are becoming, maybe they're starting to learn how to trust each other. Catcher was the one who actually found the Chaos Emerald and gave it to Sonic. But we left off with a new character about to make its debut into this story. So who's that character going to be? How are Sonic and Catcher going to get through all of this crazy robot shenanigans? Let's find out here in the world of Sonic Adventure Gamebook 4, The Zone Zapper by Nigel Gross and John Sutherland. Now that they've got the emerald, they can head for the end of the zone to try and boff Robotnik and his beam machine. Feeling pleased with themselves and becoming closer friends as time goes on, they know that they are not in any danger until they reach the end of the zone. They should be alone in the zone, but who's that ahead? The person blocking their way is very strange indeed. He has a felt hat on and is dressed in green. Who does he think he is? Robin Hood? Asks Sonic. Or a pixie? Replies Catcher.
Is it Link?
Yeah.
They walk towards the person, Sonic hiding the emerald behind his back. I'm neither actually, announces the newcomer. My name is Cool Knack Nick. You can call me Master Knack Nick, or Sir if it suits you better.
What?
Look at this guy.
What?
Connor, do you know the lore of this guy?
That's the guy who killed Ronald McDonald.
Oh, wow.
That's the guy.
We see before us a little dog in a Robin Hood costume.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Okay.
I'll call you whatever I want, replies Sonic. I'll call you Egg Breath, mutters Catcher.
Ooh.
Got him.
That's not a good idea. You don't want to upset me, do ya? Answers Cool Knack Nick.
What the heck?
Cool Knack Nick, what a name. Just why do you reckon that then? Asks Catcher. Because I've been watching you two. You don't have a chance of getting that emerald into the beam weapon on your own, is the answer. How do you figure that? Asks Sonic. You gonna help? Maybe, maybe not. But I can certainly give you something that will get the emerald into the weapon, says Cool Knick Knack. Okay, any help is welcome. Hand it over, replies Sonic. No, not that easy. You have to answer a riddle first.
Oh, jeez.
Here it is.
I love a riddle.
Yes, here's the riddle. Which is heavier, a ton of feathers or a ton of coal? But you can only answer if you give me 5 rings first, he says.
Oh, this is easy. It's a ton of coal. It's gotta be, because coal's heavier than a feather.
Yeah.
Hologram of feather.
A kilogram of feathers.
Rip off or what? Mumbles Catcher under his breath. Have Sonic and Catcher got 5 rings? If they have, turn to 133. Okay.
Yeah, cool, we're getting scammed. The answer's neither.
No, the answer is it's gotta be coal.
It's gotta be coal.
Coal's heavier than feathers.
Sonic gives the 5 rings to Cool Knick Knack. He pockets them, then repeats the riddle. Which is heavier, a ton of feathers or a ton of coal? Are they the same or is one heavier, he asks. If you think they are the same, turn to 49. If you think one is heavier than the other, turn to 174.
Okay, I know
They're
they're
the same.
I know they're the same. If you haven't seen the video of the guy who gets stumped with the
Lemmy.
steel, what is it called?
His name is Lemmy. He's a national treasure over in in Scotland.
You gotta watch the video. It's so good. But anyway, they're the same.
Yeah. They're also spelling ton Tonne. So this book is definitely printed in the UK.
It's still very UK.
Yeah, so they weigh the same. Turn to page 49. They are the same, announces Sonic after thinking for a second or two. Very good. Didn't think you'd get that one, replies Cool Knick Knack. Good looks and a good brain, too, answers Sonic, rather pleased with himself.
So cool.
I'm awesome.
Enough of that, you'll make me sick. Here's a Magno ladder.
Whoa.
Make sure you use it right. See you at the end of the aquatic ruin zone then.
What?
If you make it that far, which I doubt.
Oh.
We just got the Magno ladder. We needed that.
That was easy. Haha, yay.
Yeah.
And we gotta get 2 more Dragon Balls, and then we can revive our friend.
Sonic and Catcher say goodbye to Cool Knack Knick. Even as they are wondering who on earth he is and what he is doing here, they reach the end of the zone. There's Robotnik, shouts Sonic, and he's using the beamer on those pipes, screams Catcher. Sure enough, the beam is converting the pipes into a wicked line of spikes. Let's get him, exclaims Catcher. Yeah, let's do it, replies Sonic.
Oh no.
Should the two intrepid heroes wait and see what Robotnik does next, or should they attack him straight away?
Oh, come
We
on.
love pipes. We have to attack
For the
him.
pipes.
Turn to page 176. Sonic rushes forward and springs towards the flying craft. Sonic can see Robotnik grinning at them through the glass of the canopy. With a quick jinking of the control stick, Robotnik bats Sonic back down to the ground with a bone-jarring thump. Sonic must lose a life or all his rings.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
bummer.
We don't get a roll to try and get out of the way. It's just, oh, you are slow.
Yeah. So we're down to 1 life.
Oh, we didn't. I guess it never said we gave those rings to him. It just asked if we had the 5
No,
rings.
it did say to give them to him. We gave him 5 rings. We still have 5 rings left.
Okay.
If Sonic has some lives left, then he has 2 choices. He can either attack again, but Robotnik is just waiting for that, or he can retreat back to where Catcher is standing and wait to see what happens next.
Okay, so we can either get caught in an infinite loop where we are assuredly going to die, or we can wait. What is worse, waiting or death?
Let's get out of this book. Die.
I guess we'll wait.
The illusion of choice is the real villain in this book.
Yeah.
Okay, 156. Sonic returns to where Catcher is standing. He dusts himself off and tries to regain his concentration and cool. They wait patiently for a few minutes, then Robotnik does exactly what they were hoping he would do. The craft comes a little lower. The two heroes have a chance now. What should they do? Should Sonic attack, or should he try using the Magno ladder?
Magno ladder,
Oh,
baby.
yeah. Let's go.
Turn to page 45.
It's one of those nice middle pages.
To use the Magno ladder at the right time, Sonic needs to be fast.
Yeah.
He will need to use his quick wits. Sonic must score 7 or more. We have 3, so we need to roll a 4 or higher, 50% chance.
I'm sorry. It said we needed to be fast, and then it said quick wits, not
that
speed.
was. So that was a lie.
Yes.
4.
Perfect. Exactly what
4
we need.
on the dice.
Okay. Turn to page 217. A brilliant shot. The Magno ladder attaches itself to the flying machine. In a second, Sonic climbs up the ladder and is beside Robotnik. The crazy scientist stares in disbelief through the canopy of the cockpit. All he can do is pitch the craft left and right to try to knock Sonic off. Before the rocking gets too violent, turn to 113.
Yeah. Before it gets too violent, turn the page.
Yep. Before we manage to get a good flow going in this story, let's break it. With a flourish, Sonic drops the emerald into the open machinery of the beamer.
Nice.
Instantly, there's a slight change. The orange beam is not so orangey anymore. The flying machine dips down, losing height as Robotnik struggles to knock Sonic off. As the machine gets to within a couple meters of the ground, Sonic jumps off. That's number 1, he taunts. He can see the mad scientist's evil face through the glass of the canopy. He doesn't look happy.
Uh-oh.
Catcher wanders up to Sonic and congratulates him. There's still a long way to go, says Sonic. But we're at least a third of the way there, replies Catcher. With that, they head off to the aquatic ruin zone. Turn to 150.
Nice.
And Robotnik just watches us go, apparently.
Well, we have a ladder. What's he gonna do?
That's true. That's true.
Right?
My one weakness.
The aquatic ruin zone is an amazing place. Sonic thinks that it's one of his favorite zones. Catcher is not so sure. The water makes him nervous. He is worried that it will make him rusty. What should they do? They can head for the waterfall just ahead of them, or on the other hand, they could try to call for Cool Knack Knick.
I wonder what that cool guy's up to.
Yeah, let's see if he's in this neighborhood.
Let's call him and see what he's up to.
Yeah, he's got cool in his name. That obviously means he definitely actually is cool.
All the coolest people make sure to tell you that they're cool.
Bro.
Cool Knack Knick! Cool Knack Knick, where are you? Shouts Sonic, feeling stupid. Oh man, it's like, I had this friend who told me that his number 1 rule for naming a dog is it has to be a name that you're comfortable yelling in a park.
That is a good rule.
That's a That's a
rule.
very good rule.
Like, if you name them something stupid, you're going to feel stupid yelling it, just like Sonic feels stupid here yelling this very cool nickname.
Cool knack.
Mr. Cool, screams Catcher. He said he liked to be called that, he reminds Sonic. Okay, Mr. Cool, replies Sonic, still feeling stupid. He doesn't come, even to Mr. Cool. Should they call him again, or should they give up and head for the waterfall?
Let's call him again.
Yeah, let's call him again.
Let's try at least 6 more times. I want to see if anything changes.
Yeah, if at first they don't reply, that definitely means you should just keep trying. After calling for another few minutes, they suddenly see him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it worked.
Wow.
He saunters over with no apparent rush. I thought I said I'd see you at the other end of this zone, he reminds them.
Oh.
What will they ask for? A map of the zone, or the next device they need to get the Aquatic Zone Emerald into the beamer?
The next device? He probably is going to ask for money, though.
We don't have any coins. He's probably going to ask for money either way because cool people always ask for money.
That is
Yep.
true. We love money.
And that's real life canon.
Yeah.
Should we ask him for the, let's ask him for the tech.
Yeah.
All
Why
right.
not at this point?
Give us the device, Cool Knack Nick. We know you're good for it. We know you're cool. Cool people always have devices and gizmos and gadgets.
Galore.
Can we have the next device to get the emerald in? Asks Catcher. Can you have the grappling hook? No way, replies Cool Knack Nick. You can have it at the end of the zone. If you've got 5 rings for me, that is.
Okay, so it's important as we go through this zone to make sure we find 5 rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough, replies Catcher. Then turning to Sonic, he whispers, I'm going to boff him first chance I get.
This guy's gonna get buffed.
Right on. Who do you think he is? Whispers Sonic into one of Catcher's metal ears. What should the pair do now? We don't get an answer. We just get to decide what we do next. Should we ask Cool Knack Nick for a map of the zone, or should we just get on with the job and leave Cool Knack Nick?
Let's ask him for a map. Maybe he'll just give it to us. Maybe he is actually cool like that.
Yeah, might as well.
Give us a map of the zone. We're running out of time. Stop playing games with us, demands Sonic. Okay, a map of the zone then, replies Cool Knack Nick. But it'll cost you. Cost us what? Asks Catcher. Let's say 5 rings, shall we?
Dang
Answers
it.
Cool Knack Nick.
Okay, well,
Everything in this book costs exactly 5 rings.
what if we just beat him up and take it? Is that an option?
The options that it gives us are to give him 5 rings or turn to a different page if we don't have 5 rings.
Dang it.
Okay.
Okay, turn to page 83 because we don't have 5 rings. No rings, no map. What do you think I am, a charity?
Yes.
Asks Cool Knack Nick.
Thought you were cool.
Yeah.
Right? With that, he disappears in a puff of smoke. The 2 heroes have no alternative but to face the zone the hard way. Turn to page 254.
Let's go.
The 2 adventurers zoom through the waterfall. In fact, Catcher beats Sonic to get past it first. Huh.
Okay, is Sonic even fast? Because, like,
Apparently
Tails
not.
beat him in the beginning. Catcher's beating him now.
I think he's supposed to be. I think that's his thing. But yeah, it's been a while since he's been fast.
Amazed, Sonic turns and looks at his new friend, who is already trying to wipe the water off his back. I hate water, says Catcher. All Sonic can think of is flushing spiders down the plug hole of a bath, and he begins to laugh.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Haha,
Chill.
you're my friend. I'm gonna flush you down the toilet.
There's another waterfall further on, and beyond that, a slope rising up. Turn to 63. The slope is quite steep, but at the top is a clutch of 5 rings. We need those rings.
Yes, we do.
Sonic and Catcher look at them and try to decide whether they should go for them or not. If you think they should, blah, blah, blah. If you think they should press on, forget, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we want rings?
Yep, ring.
Okay, 267. In order to get to the rings, Sonic has to pick up a series of blocks to make a pyramid. To do this, he will have to use his strength because the blocks are heavy, and Catcher apparently cannot help him. You have to score 6 or more to make a pyramid. Our strength is 2. We need a 3 or higher on the die.
Yeah, cushion.
Let's do it. That's a 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait, we did need 4. 4
Oh,
is
nice,
good.
nice.
All right, if we manage to do this, turn to 246. With his tremendous strength, yeah, that's definitely what our strength is.
Tremendous.
With our tremendous strength, we manage to move the blocks into place. After we've made the pyramid, we hop up onto the top of the blocks and grab the 5 rings.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Money.
Nice bit of work. Sorry I couldn't help. Block moving just isn't me, says Catcher.
Okay.
I bet, replies Sonic, rather tired after his hard efforts. Turn to page 27. Ooh, I just saw an illustration of the tails Nick.
Is it spooky?
Yeah, we're probably technically not supposed to be looking at this until later on in the book, but I'm going to show you anyway.
Let's see it.
It's
our baby.
It's like Sonic,
Yeah.
but Tails style.
Which means nobody's going to be able to tell the two of them apart.
They're identical.
Sonic and Catcher head for what they hope will be the end of the zone. There is still no sign of the emerald, and Sonic is beginning to wonder whether they have missed it. We can't have missed it, says Catcher. Don't be too sure about that. Maybe we should have asked Cool Nick for a map, replies Sonic.
True.
We did.
As if to confirm Sonic's fears, they reach a sheer cliff. There doesn't appear to be a way around it. It's really very high, with only a handful of points to help climbing. What should Catcher and Sonic do now? We can try to climb up on our own. Alternatively, we can have Catcher climb up, then pull up Sonic using his web, or we could just wait and see what happens.
Catcher can climb.
Yeah.
Catcher's all about climbing. He's basically a mechanical spider, if I'm understanding.
Yeah.
And he did climb the last time, and that worked out.
Yeah.
Right. Catcher, do it.
All right. You try it, then pull me up, says Sonic. Great, replies Catcher, wondering why it's his turn to do all the hard work.
Because he's your friend.
Because we moved all the blocks, because moving blocks is a your thing, Catcher.
Catcher.
In the end, it's not a hard job at all. Okay. Catcher climbs up with ease, and he's soon looking down at Sonic. Send down a line, pull me up, demands Sonic. Catcher obliges, and Sonic grabs hold of the line. Using 6 of his legs, the spider pulls Sonic up the face of the cliff. Thanks, that wasn't too bad, says Sonic. Maybe not for you, but that was hard work, answers Catcher. Even though it just wasn't.
Just wasn't.
Okay. They turn to look at what is ahead of them now. It looks like a long walk, but they can see the emerald way off in the distance.
Hey.
Turn to page 47. Thanks, says Sonic, pulling the remains of Catcher's line off his spines. No problem, replies Catcher. The big obstacle has been removed. Now they can clearly see the emerald way off in the distance. Turn to 268. Okay.
That was a great page. Can we all agree that was the best page in
Solid
the book
stuff.
so far?
Solid stuff.
Totally necessary.
It is important to thank your friends when they help you.
Especially if you have the kind of friends that Sonic has.
Word.
The two friends talk as they walk towards the emerald. They can see a haze around where it is placed. The closer they get, the clearer it becomes that the haze is a swarm of wisps.
Oh,
they look
no.
pretty vicious and dangerous too. What should we do? Should we attack them straight away, or should we use our quick wits and try to come up with another, more subtle plan?
We could try to be subtle.
Yeah, you know what? We're talking about Sonic growth. Let's go ahead and use our quick wits to be fast and come up with a new plan.
Yeah.
Yes. Turn to page 157. Sonic manages to think of a great idea using his quick wits. The wisps are just like mechanical wasps, so they should be handled the same way. Sonic trots over to a tree with a strange shaped branch just like a tennis racket. He breaks it off and tests it, swishing it around his head.
Okay.
That's convenient.
Oh boy.
What are you doing? asks Catcher. Making a wisp whacker, of course, replies Sonic.
Of course.
But they'll just fly straight through the hole, won't they? asks Catcher. Sure, but that's part of the plan, answers Sonic. Sonic explains his plan. Catcher has to spin a web to make the strings of the racket, then they can attack the wisps and bat them down like blue bottles. Turn to page 9.
I'm guessing blue bottles are another enemy?
I think they're just like an IRL type of fly.
Oh, is this another British thing I'm not getting?
Yeah.
I think so. The plan works beautifully. The wisps are swatted in no time at all. The emerald is just sitting there waiting to be nabbed. Sonic throws the wisp whacker down and runs to grab the emerald. Catcher's busy too. He never misses a chance to have a quick snack. Okay.
Oh, he's eating these. I guess he's a robot. Maybe robots eat robots.
Yeah.
Robot on robot cannibalism, I guess. Turn to page 173. Sonic and Catcher arrive at the star post complete with the emerald. Sure enough, Cool Nick is waiting for them, drumming his fingers on the star post.
Ugh.
What took you? He yawns. We've been a little busy, replies Catcher, trying to dislodge an irritating bit of wisp from between his teeth. We've got the emerald. Now how about the special device? asks Sonic. Not so fast, old mate, answers Cool Nick. First, the 5 rings.
Ugh.
All right.
This guy is highway robbery.
Okay, we give him the rings and turn to page 222. Cheers, says Cool Nick, pocketing the 5 rings. Here's your grappling hook. I thought it was ideal considering that you've been through the aquatic zone. How does it work? asks Sonic, looking at the strange device. That'll cost you more, replies Cool Nick.
What?
What, more rings? says Catcher. Not rings. I want those power sneakers of yours, Sonic.
Oh.
Sonic reluctantly hands over the power sneakers.
What? No choice? We just give him away?
Apparently. delete the sneakers from Sonic's stuff and turn to page 1. Aww.
Bummer.
I guess.
Okay. Bye-bye power sneakers, I guess.
I'm mad at this book now.
Me too. Turn to page 197.
I want my sneakers.
Well, I guess I'll see you at the end of the Emerald Hill Zone. That's as long as you get to the emerald into the machine, sneers Cool Knack Nick. We'll be there, count on it, replies Sonic. Cool Knack Nick disappears in his normal way, and the two heroes are left alone. There's only one thing for it. Head for the end of the zone and face Robotnik once again. Turn to page 241.
They should call this guy Tool Neck Nick, because he's kind of a tool.
No sooner have they arrived at the end of the zone than they see Robotnik skimming around in his flying machine. The two friends crouch beside a rock and watch as the craft gets closer. What should they do next? Should we fire the grappling hook at the flying machine or read its instructions first?
I guess we should read the instructions.
Probably, yeah.
All right.
I think we've learned.
Go to page 116. The instructions state that you must hold onto the handle of the grappling hook, then fire at the target.
Cool.
We couldn't figure that out?
No. He's onto something. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess our quick wits are, what, a 3?
Yeah, it's our second lowest stat. I mean, we never would have figured this out if we hadn't given up our power sneakers because
I am furious.
our body would have just been moving too fast to be able to figure it out.
True. This is good. Okay, let's shoot this idiot.
Who's the idiot? I think we're the idiot.
Yeah, all right.
Sonic grabs hold of the handle and waits for the flying machine to get within range. I want to see. Okay, I just want to try real
If
quick.
we don't read the instructions?
Yeah, like if we hadn't read the instructions, what would have happened?
He just throws it at it.
If I can figure out what page we were on.
267.
267.
I don't know.
Might as well try it because I cannot remember. Okay, so if we were to have fired the Skypoon at the grappling hook, if we were to have fired the grappling hook without reading the instructions first, we would have gone to page 288. Sonic fires the grappling hook, the arrowhead with the rope attached arcs up into the sky. The arrowhead glances off the metal of the flying machine and bounces off. It disappears into the water, lost forever. It is at this time that he realizes what he should have done. He should have been holding on to it.
Oh my. Okay. I mean.
Wow. Okay.
It's a good thing we went over these very simple instructions.
Yes. No, these very complex instructions.
Oh, true.
That we definitely needed to trade away our power sneakers for.
Right.
I can't even. I mean, this. I will say, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to knock on wood.
Okay.
I'm not going to say how well it's been going, all things considered.
Yes. Well, the great thing now is that we still have to roll quick wits to actually hit the flying machine.
Ugh.
We have to get 6 or better.
Okay.
Quick wits is 3, so we need a 3 or higher. That is a more than 0.5% chance of succeeding.
I got a 3.
Perfect.
Just barely enough. Okay. Turn to page 169. The grappling hook's arrowhead hits the flying machine and embeds itself into the metalwork. Sonic is catapulted up to the end of the rope. He holds onto the handle for all he's worth. Now turn to 196.
Okay.
Sonic releases his grip on the handle and scrambles up the side of the flying machine. Once again, he can see the evil face of Robotnik sneering at him through the glass. Robotnik is not pleased that Sonic has managed to attack him successfully again. With a broad grin on his face, Sonic drops the emerald into the machinery. This time, the orangey glow of the beam turns to an orangey red. This is really beginning to work. With the quickest of the thumbs-up signs to Robotnik, Sonic leaps off the flying machine. In order to land without hurting himself, he will need to use his agility. We need to score at least 5. Our agility is 2, so we gotta get 3 or higher.
Here we go. That's a 4.
Woo!
Nice. Turn to 126. Sonic lands perfectly. With a little spin to adjust his fall, he manages to hit the ground with 2 paws. Catcher claps in admiration. Sonic bows to him, very pleased with his performance. Turn to 134. Now that the second emerald has been dropped into the machinery, Sonic and Catcher can head for the Emerald Hill Zone for his final task. Turn to 112.
Okay. We're not making a lot of choices here, but that's okay.
It's all right. Moving and grooving.
This is kind of like some writers, you need to make sure you hit a certain word count. These writers need to make sure they hit a certain page turn count.
That makes sense.
Bingo.
Sonic and Catcher arrive in the Emerald Hill Zone, where we started out, at the very beginning of the adventure.
Wow.
I know this zone like the back of my paw, boasts Sonic. Never been here, replies Catcher. Bit green for my tastes. I like metal and pipes. Bet you do, answers Sonic.
Sonic, you love pipes too. Why you acting
We
that way?
know you love pipes. We know you love pipes.
Sonic isn't willing to allow himself to acknowledge that he has some genuine commonality with his spider.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's a hateful little hedgehog.
You choose which way to go since you'll know best, says Catcher. I reckon we've got 3 options here. We can either try to find the secret room, there's probably a few rings in there, or we could head for the bridge. You won't like that, it goes over some water. Or we could try the top level of the zone. We should be able to see the emerald from there if it's open.
I like going high. Go up high, get the good view.
All right, go to page 166.
Let's go.
Though we might need rings. No, wait, we already got the grappling hook, we already got the magno ladder, we already got the sneakers, so we have no items left that we need to get from Cool Knack-Nick, right?
Yeah, so hopefully we don't need any more.
Yeah.
And we don't need a map because we know this place like the back of our spines or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the high point. Pretty soon they can see a buzzer hovering around the first tree. It looks mean and ready for action. Yum, food, says Catcher. Sonic stares at him in disgust, wondering if he's always like this. Should we leave the buzzer to Catcher, or should we try to handle the buzzer ourselves?
If Catcher wants to eat it, let him eat it, and don't judge him for his food choices.
Yeah.
Just because you don't have a defined palate, Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
You probably only eat chili dogs, don't you?
Yeah, come on, dude. You cannot get onto other people's diets when that is your main source of food.
Yeah. All right, turn to page 191. Catcher scuttles forward to deal with the buzzer. In no time, he manages to have it ensnared in one of his webs. Sonic cannot bear to watch what will happen next. Instead, come on, you can't watch your friend enjoy himself. Instead, he takes a sudden interest in trees and has a look at the coconuts hanging from them. Not looking is one thing, but he can still hear the crunching. After Catcher's light meal, turn to page 3.
I mean, that I can understand. When someone chews with their mouth open, I can hear it.
Sure, that's
I
just-
don't love that. Like,
That's etiquette.
yeah.
Yeah.
In Sonic's defense, I get that.
Yeah, I don't want to run into that misophonia stuff. Is that what it is, misophonia?
Sounds about right.
I think that's right.
In either case, having dealt with the buzzer, Sonic and Catcher grab the 5 rings nearby.
Oh,
That's good.
okay.
I like that. Ahead is one of the ultimate challenges of the zone, a checkered ribbon bridge.
Oh, dear.
Will Sonic have a go at and grab the 10 rings along it? If you think he can't resist the challenge from this page, if you think he should not bother, we can drop down a level and head for the bridge.
What's a ribbon bridge?
It goes like this. It's like a...
Oh, like a corkscrew bridge.
It's
Yeah, he runs
okay.
on the inside of it.
Is this probably something we have to run fast on? Because we're pretty fast.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to make us use speed or one of our other things, like agility or whatever.
Let's just, no matter what it says, let's just assume it's speed.
Let's
because
try. Yeah.
Anything else is straight up
A lie.
dingus.
Yes.
All right, we'll turn to page 104. Sonic will have to use his speed to manage this feat.
There we go.
He really needs to boost to make it. Using his speed and adding the die roll, he will need to score 7 or more.
I
So we
mean-
just need to roll a 2 or higher on the die.
All right.
All right, Connor, don't roll a 1.
That is a 5.
There we go.
Booyah. Okay, turn to page 234. Sonic grabs the 10 rings along the length of the bridge, add these to Sonic's stuff.
Yeah.
Catcher gets across the bridge the hard way by crawling along the bottom of it. Together again, they trot on towards another clump of coconut trees. This time there are 3 buzzers waiting for the 2 adventurers. What should we do? Should we attack the buzzers? Or do we think there's a way to avoid the buzzers?
Avoid them.
There's probably a way to avoid them.
I want to keep my money.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want my coins taken away.
Yeah, Sonic is learning about fiscal responsibility through his encounters with Cool Knack-Nick.
The real enemy has always been capitalism.
Yeah.
True. All right, so to dodge them, we'll need to jump over the buzzers using our superb agility. We need to score 6 or better, so we need a 4 or higher. Yeah, 4 or higher.
You want to roll that or you want me to roll that?
You do it. You do it. I'm scared.
50% chance.
It like sat and then fell to a 4.
Okay, thank goodness. Turn to page 240. Sonic and Catcher spot a wonderful loop packed with rings. They wander up to it, Sonic admiring its shape and beauty. Catcher thinks it would be a great place to make a web. All the hard work has been done. He would only have to spin the lines in between. Sonic and Catcher have 3 ways to handle this loop. Which will it be? Does Sonic whiz around it himself? Do they both try to climb up the loop and grab the rings? Or do we ask Catcher to grab the rings on his own?
Catcher, go for it. He's proven trustworthy. What if these are the traps?
Could be.
Ooh,
Trap rings.
wha-
We have enough rings. Let's skip this part.
No, let's let Catcher do it.
Yeah, Catcher, you go do it.
That's very Sonic.
Yeah, send Catcher to the slaughter. Fancy having a go at it? Sonic asks Catcher. Not really.
No, I'm good.
I'd fancy us a home, though. Look at the shape. Ideal for a web, he replies. Go on, I don't think I can manage it, continues Sonic. I'm not keen, repeats Catcher. Sonic will have to use his good looks to convince Catcher. I think this is the first time that we've had to roll good looks when it actually made sense in, like, the narrative of the story.
He just needs to be handsome enough to convince his bro to do this for him.
All right. This is another bug. There's no target number here, so I guess we get to choose what number it is.
Hey, let's both roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
I got a 6.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a +2 good looks. We'll say it was a difficulty of 8. Look at how wonderful we did against this difficulty of 8. All right, if we succeed, turn to page 202. Catcher finally gives in and starts to climb up the side of the loop. In a few seconds, he gets to the top and swings down to grab the rings. There's a telly up here too, shouts Catcher.
A telly? Is that a television?
A television, yes. This is, remember, a British book. What sort of telly? Replies Sonic. One of those with loads of stars on it. It might be Star Trek, I suppose, answers Catcher.
Wait, what?
Wow.
I'm so confused.
What should Sonic tell Catcher to do? Ignore the telly and get back down with the rings, or should he have Catcher take a closer look at the telly? So if I remember, like in the game, you run into these little monitors, these little computer monitors that have different icons on them, and if you buff them, then they give you power-ups. The stars is like invincibility, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
should be.
Look at you using your meta knowledge. Let's go for it.
Yeah, so let's have him take a closer look at the telly. Turn to page 194. Sonic and Catcher hop off the platform and onto a hill. From here, the view is spectacular. Wait a second. No, I want to look at the telly. What's in the telly?
Is this one of those glitches?
This isn't the telly.
No, have a closer look at the telly. Turn to page 194. I'm going to real quick turn to the other page and see if maybe they just got the numbers reversed. After finishing with the loop, Sonic and Catcher, neither of them are going to let us look at the telly, apparently.
Oh, well, we don't need to look at the telly.
Okay, fine.
Let's save our stupid friends.
Fine. Gosh. Sonic and Catcher hop off the platform. I am very legitimately disappointed by this outcome.
I know. I wanted to watch the TV.
Yeah, I want to get invincible by watching TV.
Come on.
Sonic and Catcher hop off the platform and onto a hill. From here, the view is spectacular. The Emerald Hill Zone looks great, even though Robotnik has been messing around with it. What's that over there? Says Catcher. What's what? Asks Sonic. That tunnel! Looks promising, don't you think? Answers Catcher. It certainly does. Now turn to 147.
Okay.
The tunnel looks very dark and dank. There's a weird glow to the walls, but at least Sonic and Catcher can see what they are doing. Who will go into the tunnel first? Oh boy.
Let the robot go.
Yeah, go robot.
Yes. Sacrifice the spider. Turn to page 213. Catcher's no more than a few meters into the tunnel when suddenly an enormous block falls out of the ceiling. Catcher manages to cling onto the wall and avoid the block, but Sonic is in danger. He must beat a 6 with his agility in order to prevent himself from being crushed.
Okay, I'm curious.
What would have happened?
Go to the one where Sonic goes first, because this feels like another illusion of choice.
Right.
If it would have been Sonic, we would have turned to page 271. Sonic hears a rumbling, but he cannot work out what it is. Then it becomes obvious part of the ceiling is falling in. He has to use his quick wits to avoid being squished. So either way, we would have gotten squished. It's just a matter of quick wits to see if we notice it, or agility to hop out of the way now that we actually know it's there.
Those are both, what, 2s or 3s?
Agility is a 2, quick wits is a 3, but it's also then a difference between, if it was quick wits, which is our 3, it would have been a 7 difficulty, but with agility, our 2, it's a difficulty of 6.
Oh, so it's the same.
So either way, we need to roll a 4.
All right, I rolled the last one, Connor. I believe in you.
I got this.
Part of the cards.
Part of the cards. It's a 1, boys.
No.
Yay! Turn to page 64.
Well, we have rings.
We have
right?
25 rings. Sonic has been hit by the block. He must lose a life or all his rings. Farewell, 25 rings.
Classic.
If you think they should press on and forget... If he has any lives left, he can grab the emerald. Oh, the emerald is here.
Yeah, okay, hi.
We just got the emerald.
Cool.
Let's get it, I guess. Neat.
Yeah, if Sonic is still okay, turn to 226. Emerging from the tunnel, the two friends face their final task to beat Robotnik.
Yeah.
Sonic feels very confident, but first they have to find Cool Knack-Nick. Why do we have to find Cool Knack-Nick?
We don't need anything
Yeah,
from
this guy
him.
sucks.
Well-
I want him off my friends list.
Yeah, the book's logic is because he always seems to turn up near the end of the zone. So I guess we make their way as quickly as we can. Turn to 272.
He's gonna be evil, calling it. This guy stinks.
Yeah, he's gonna shank us in the back.
Word.
Like a bad penny, Cool Knack-Nick shows up.
What?
He just does. He just shows up because he's a bad penny.
All right, cool.
He seems quite surprised that they've managed to fight their way through all the zones and are now on the verge of winning. Got my 5 rings, says Cool Knack Nick.
No, what do you have for us?
We don't have 5 rings. What do we even need at this point? What would he have given us at this point?
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to turn to page 22 just to see what he would have given us.
Let's give him fake rings.
Let's give him a friggin' knuckle sandwich. He would have given us the sneaker boosters back.
Oh.
I mean...
Well, you know what? He shouldn't have taken them in the first place. That was rude.
Yeah. Our speed is still a 5. We don't need to go fast, maybe.
We'll be fine.
Maybe.
We'll be fine.
We don't have any rings, so we're going to turn to page 143.
I will say, this book, and honestly, all of them as we've been going, have become far more linear. Because I remember that first book, we were all over the place. And it made no... I mean, not a lot of them have made sense, but like, this one at least seems to be like progressing and making kind of sense, but that first book was every which way.
Yeah, it follows a cohesive narrative, a very repetitive cohesive narrative, but at least a cohesive narrative.
Yeah.
No rings, no special weapon, taunts Cool Knack Nick. What about a riddle then? Asks Catcher. I dunno, do you deserve the chance? Replies Cool Knack Nick. Sure we do, says Sonic. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I like riddles more than giving you my rings.
Here it is. If a red house is made of red bricks and a blue house is made of red bricks painted blue, then what's a green house made of?
Glass.
You see, here's the best part though. He asks, is it made of red bricks painted green or glass?
What?
Because it's Choose Your Adventure. They have to put the answer in there.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, glass, I guess.
Oh, the best part is the next sentence. What's a house? Asks Catcher.
Oh my god.
You're a robot. You don't know what a house. You don't know what shelter is.
To which Sonic replies, don't be stupid. That's where someone lives.
Oh my god. Yeah, real friend. Real good friend there.
You're an idiot.
Oh, like a web? Continues Catcher, still confused. I suppose so, says Sonic patiently.
Oh yeah, you sound real patient, Sonic.
Who'd want to live in a green house anyway, mumbles Catcher. Anyway, what's our answer? Red bricks painted green or glass?
Glass.
Boy, you know, I bet it's glass.
Yeah, let's turn to page 79. That's the right answer, says Cool Knack Nick, pocketing the rings. Here are your sneaker boosters. Add them to Sonic's stuff.
He's pocketing his own rings.
Yes.
He's just like, yeah, I'll just pocket these rings as well.
Man, I want to show you the illustration of these sneaker boosters.
Nice.
So basically, we've got like Sonic sneakers with rockets on the side, but the thing is,
The propulsion is backwards.
the rockets are pointing backwards.
They're absolutely pointing backwards. 100%.
That's so funny.
The quality control on these books, gotta love it.
Yeah, man.
Well, mega, replies Sonic. I guess we'll never meet again, but I could be wrong, says Cool Knack Nick. Never is too soon for me, mutters Catcher. Zinger, got him.
Mega.
Turn to page 279. Sonic and Catcher are pleased to have dealt with Cool Knack Nick, and now they must face the last challenge. They have arrived at the end of the zone, and they lie in wait for Robotnik to turn up. As predicted, he is soon there, the flying machine skimming high in the clouds. What should the intrepid pair do now? Should they hide, or should Sonic put on the sneaker boosters?
Put on the sneaker boosters.
Turn to page 163. Too concerned with putting on the boosters, Sonic makes it obvious that he is around. Robotnik, taking no chances, flies off.
Shoot,
What?
Gosh.
No, don't take up the sneaker boosters.
No, we need them.
What should we do now? Do we wait in hope that Robotnik will come back, or do we cut our losses and head for the Winged Fortress Zone?
What?
But only be able to go there on your own. Ooh. So we can either go without Catcher, or we can wait for Robotnik to come back and still have Catcher with us.
Let's wait.
You know what? We're gonna break our cardinal rule. You know, this book has made me furious.
Also, I thought we got our third. Why are we going to another zone? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Let's wait because this book is dingus. It's being rude to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna make Sonic suffer by making him wait.
Yeah, he hates this.
And if there's one thing that we know Sonic hates, like coded into the game, if you wait, Sonic gets angry at you.
Yep.
Like he taps his foot and looks at you. Okay, we're gonna go to page 179. Suffer, Sonic. Patience is a virtue. Robotnik comes back.
Nice.
Hiding was a great idea.
What a loser.
Robotnik obviously thinks that Sonic and Catcher have gone away. We have a chance now. Turn to 281.
Kill.
Sonic must zoom up the slope ahead using the sneaker boosters to gain the extra height. Because of the boosters, we can add 3 to our speed score.
Uh-oh.
We need to get a 9. Our speed score is 5. We have an 8. We literally can't fail, boys.
Christian, I think this is you.
This is me. I'm the best at rolling these. I rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Turn to page 225. The zoom up and jump are awesome. Sonic is flying through the air like a bird. For a moment or so, Sonic thinks he might be going too fast to stop and will overshoot Robotnik. He lowers his paws to slow down and to be ready for the inevitable hard landing on the flying machine. Sonic hits the flying machine with a thump. Scrambling away from the dented part of the machine, he heads for the cockpit and the beamer. Robotnik is cursing loudly now, but Sonic cannot hear him through the glass. In seconds, Sonic is beside the beamer, emerald in hand. Now is the moment of truth. He lobs the emerald into the machine just as Robotnik banks it to throw him off. Turn to page 6.
I think we won.
Is this the third emerald that you've dropped into the beamer?
Yes.
If it is, turn to page 269.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Sonic jumps down and watches the flying machine bank away. The beam has already changed color and is now projecting red waves of light. Instantly, the damage done to the Emerald Hill Zone is being mended. Robotnik spots the changes too. Without a second thought, he crashes the flying machine into the side of the hill.
That's his knee-jerk response.
Dive, dive, dive.
I've lost.
He cannot bear to see all of his hard work ruined. He is okay, though.
Good.
Sonic can see an ejector seat whizzing off into the distance with a red-clad fat Eggman in it. Now turn to page 300.
Without a moment's thought is just such a good way to phrase that.
The beauty of the Emerald Hill Zone is slowly returning. Already, the spikes, traps, and badniks are beginning to turn back into what they should be. Catcher is changing too. Before Sonic's eyes, the spider creature takes on an altogether more evil look. What if Catcher, no, it's a grabber, attacks? The final transition over, the grabber turns to face Sonic. Will he attack? The grabber moves towards Sonic menacingly. Then suddenly, one of his spider legs shoots out. "Put it there, pal," he says. Sonic extends his paw and clasps the metal leg. He is somewhat relieved. After all they have been through, it would have been a shame to have trashed Catcher now. "What about your mate?" asks the newly transformed grabber. "Tails, of course, Tails!"
Oh, right. I forgot about that guy.
Oh, I see.
"That's what all this has been about," Sonic shouts. As if to answer him, a strangely bedraggled red figure appears. "Tails, is it really you?" screams Sonic. "Yeah, who else would it be?" replies Tails. "You okay?" asks Sonic. "Sure, why not? I just feel a little fuzzy-headed," answers Tails. No change there, thinks Sonic. He runs over to meet his friend. It's great to see him again. While this is going on, the grabber starts his long journey home. What will happen when Sonic and the grabber meet again? Well, that's another story. Your adventure ends victoriously here.
We didn't. Hey, I think this is the first time we've actually not fully died, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we only lost one life.
Even with that double whammy there at the beginning that we kind of used logic to get ourselves out of.
Yeah,
We played by the book's rules.
yeah.
And we alive.
You know what? I'm going to mark a second life lost here just, to make sure we're retaining our honor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, when I looked at the length of this book, like I mentioned at the beginning, this is a physically shorter book than the others, and we completed this in like half the time.
That's wild.
Look, I think we may be getting better at Sonic, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, we now know how to go faster.
Holy cow. Like, it feels crazy to say this, but I feel like this wasn't that bad.
Yeah, like honestly of the books we've read, this one, like we said, repetitive, but it does follow some sort of story.
Yeah.
And pretty soon into it, we knew, okay, we're gonna collect 3 Chaos Emeralds. Let's do that. So, cha-ching, baby.
And it wasn't like that other one where we were like jumping zones. And
I literally had no idea when or if that was ever going to end.
that one was
Yeah.
so bizarre with Tails like going to the ice and
Yeah.
fishing up the shark. That one was crazy.
Man, it's almost as if, like, when you're writing a story, if you set expectations at the beginning,
Who'd have thought?
who'd have thought indeed?
So I guess this whole book, no matter what you did, that was definitely sort of an illusion of choice thing. Tails was gonna break his ankle and fail at the beginning. Like that was predestined.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the very end of the book is when Tails come back. So, man, they just really wanted to nerf our beautiful fox boy.
They did, unfortunately.
Man, well, shoot. we are the masters of Sonic books now, it turns out.
Yeah, one and done on this one, baby.
You know what? I was feeling a little anxious about this after our terrible experiences with the last few books, but I welcome our 5th Sonic Adventure book now.
Whoa.
As do I.
Yeah, what do we got here?
Bring it forth, universe.
We did get salty about not being able to look at the TV. That was the biggest failure, right?
Yes, my biggest disappointment is I didn't get to watch TV in the Sonic book.
Okay, guys. The next book is called Theme Park Panic.
Okay. A little bit of thrill, a little bit of ill. Okay.
Yeah. Let me get just a quick little synopsis here.
Yes.
With a new set of authors.
Okay.
Okay, that's promising.
Yes.
The style of this book is a bit different from the previous two. It tries a little harder to resemble the first 2 books with a light tone and some sections in which Sonic directly addresses the reader. Unfortunately, the text lacks the wit of James Wallace's writing and falls almost completely flat from a storytelling perspective. Perfect. Bring it on.
You still excited for that next book?
Yep.
That sounds like my cup of melted cheese.
No, listen to this. At the very end, in any case, as it is, the book is an entirely playable, but also entirely forgettable adventure.
Hey.
I have no major criticisms, but I also can't think of any real reason to bother playing this. Perfect endorsement, if you ask me.
Love it.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to look this up right now. How much is this book going to cost me?
$900.
I imagine they're going to get less expensive the further we go, right? Because they're not as old. I don't know.
Not as in demand.
Who knows? Maybe book 5 is the good one, and so this is like the highest demand.
Oh, well, 2 of my regular sources have already failed me. Maybe it's not available? Ugh.
Dang.
Guys, it's not on Thrift Books, it's not on Abe Books, it's not on eBay. I can't find this book.
Now it's
Whoa.
become a real life geocache.
This will become the next episode. It's just us trying to find the book.
Yeah.
Scouring the globe for Sonic 5.
This is our own adventure, and we choose it.
Like, the one time I'm legitimately looking forward to finding the next book, and it's nowhere.
I know.
This is my white whale. Or perhaps my blue hedgehog, one or the other.
I will scour as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have a few months at least to try and find this. So I'm going to set myself a weekly calendar reminder to see if I can find...
Scour the internet.
Yes, I must find this book. That's like the darndest thing is like, now that I can't find it, I want it even more.
I know.
Now you want
What the heck?
Well, dear listeners, we will continue to find it, and if we do manage to find it, you'll know.
You'll know.
But yeah, I guess that's the end of this one. It feels weird that we're ending so quickly. I was ready for like another 2 hours of this garbage.
Right?
But I have an entire evening ahead of me now to do whatever I want. It feels weird.
What a concept.
to look for the next book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, gosh, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next month. But in the meantime, I've been Ned Wilcock, your surprisingly undisappointed reader, and I've been joined by...
Christian Randall. At least Tails was in the beginning and the end.
Connor Wood, Catcher fan.
Much love and stuff, everybody. We'll catch you next time on Improv Tabletop.